Hello, Luke and Jake here at the Catfish and Carp YouTube channel, and today it is a warm spring day and we are going to catch full moon catfish. That's right, it is a bright full moon tonight and we're gonna catch some big old catfish. You ready, buddy? Yeah. Let's do it. Got some shad. Four, five, seven. I got maybe 7 or 8. Not bad. Let's get some more. There we go. There's some big ones. Now that is plenty of bait. Well, that's a good 20 or so shad. We got plenty. Okay guys, every single shad I caught was in less than 10 feet of water. Most of them were in 2 to 5 feet of water. So they are very shallow, which I kind of expected with all this sunshine and warm weather and an early spring day. You know, who wouldn't want to be sunning themselves in the shallows? So the catfish usually spend the daytime in deep hidey holes with lots of cover, that sort of thing. So we've got this bank right here with just tons of snags down in there, and it's about 10-15 feet of water. Then it comes up very quickly to about 6-7 feet of water, and then all of this is like 5 to 6 feet of water, shallow, with lots of shad in it. So I'm gonna park right there on the top of the ridge, and I'm gonna bomb my gear out over this way. All right, now I'm gonna drop an anchor off the back of the boat. Now I pull the 2 ropes tight, string the boat like a hammock between the 2 anchors, and I'm gonna tie it off on this cleat. You want a fry pie? Okay, you like those, huh? Those are tasty. They're mini, so they're healthy. Oh. Oh. That is all you, buddy. You're gonna stay up late and eat sugar. It's April, it's warm, it's beautiful, the buds are out on the trees, it's springtime. Means the flatheads are gonna be out gorging on food. This is an absolute wonderful time to catch big catfish, whether on the shore or on a boat. I'm fishing in like 5-6 feet of water here. I mean, I'm casting distance from the shore. I mean, you guys who are bank fishermen, now is the time to be targeting big catfish, man. It is perfect. You can get so many big catfish in the shallows. But today is also a big old fat full moon on a clear day. So a lot of people kind of follow the astrological ideologies of catfishing and believe that full moons are the worst time to catch flatheads. I don't know that it makes that much of a big difference. I haven't been able to discern any big patterns with moon phases and things like that. So we're gonna get out here on a big full moon night right at sunset, and we're gonna see if we can't catch some big catfish. We can catch big blue catfish, we can catch big channel catfish, we can catch big flatheads. This river here has all of them, but all of them love live bait, particularly flatheads. If you want to catch big flatheads, live bait is where it is at. Other catfish dig cut bait just as much as live bait, but flatheads are particular. All right. Since I want to keep my options open, I am going to have live bait today. If you've never fished with live bait, here's a couple things you should know. Where you hook the fish is important. If you're fishing in current, hook them through the front of the mouth. If you're fishing in stiller water like I am, then hook them through the back. When you're fishing with live bait, you tend to lose a lot of bait. So you gotta pay close attention to your rods, because a fish could come along and strip your bait at any moment. The problem with bait casting reels is they're kind of finicky and they can backlash on you really easy. You got to tune them and things like this. One trick that makes them backlash a little bit less is when you're casting, turn the reel 90 degrees so that the handle is facing you. Instead of casting like this, cast like this. Whip it out there, and as soon as your bait hits the water or is about to hit the water, put your thumb on it and stop that spool. If you do those two things, that reduces a lot of your backlashing. Oh, look at this, we just got a bite right here. When it's warm like this, sunrise and sunset are magical times. About an hour before sunset to a couple hours afterwards, it's just hot. So for about the next 3 hours, we are gonna be in some prime fishing time. Man, I just got a bite here. So I've got a bite there and a bite there, just while I'm talking to the camera. Well, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rods. That's 4 rods between the two of us. Luckily, my state doesn't have any rod limits, so we can live up to our full potential. Well, we got the fishing rods out. Now it's time to eat fry pies with Jacob and wait. I'm gonna wait about 20 minutes here. If I don't get any bites in about 20 minutes, then I'm gonna have a serious conversation with myself about moving. Each of the catfish tend to have their own distinct way of biting. You know, it's not 100%, but blue catfish tend to just hit it like a freight train. You'll be sitting there like doing something and you'll just hear your rod going bonkers in the rod holder. Flatheads just tend to suck it up and slowly walk off with it. So you'll just kind of see this little twitch, 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 but you'll see your line just start to scoot off to the left. And channel catfish are kind of somewhere in between. Oh, this one right here. This one right here is going ding, 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 ding. Really, so, oh, there you go, see, it's just bouncing. That's more like a flathead bite, but it can also be a channel catfish. I mean, all right, the sun is just setting and I've got 3 rods being messed with. The line's going slack on this one right here. This one just gone slack, it's got a bunch of hits on it. This one's been going tap, tap, tap. Oh, look at this. Line's pulling tight on this one. Keep your eye on this one. This is why I use that bright orange high vis line. Is one, it makes it easier when you have so many rods out to figure out where your line is. But so often the fish don't bend the rod. They swim towards you or left or right, and you just need to watch your line more than your rod tips. You know, I've got a fish messing with it. The question is, when do I start reeling away? When I get the rod tip going down and staying down for like 2-3 seconds, then I'll hit it. It doesn't have to go way down, it just has to be a sustained hit for 2 or 3 seconds. Or if the line starts traveling to the left or right, then I'm reeling that tight. Well, this one was getting a ton of hits and then it kind of stopped. Oh, look at that, he's on. This might be a big flathead. He was doing the sleeper move. Look at this one, we're getting a double here.
Okay, net and net. Wait.
Oh, we got a proper fish here. Yeah, get the net, Jake. The net over here. We got a big fish. Oh.
Flathead.
Oh, flathead, that's right. That's right, Jake. Oh, he's heavy. He's heavy, Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake, he's as big as you are. Look at that. Okay, go deal with this fish. Oh, look at that. Oh, he spit the hook. He spit the hook. We had a channel catfish on there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
He was just barely hooked.
Yeah.
Oh. That feels like low 30s. Maybe 28, 30 pounds right there. There we go, nice looking flathead. Oh. There we go. There we go, we picked that 30-pound flathead up in about 5 feet of water. And it was just like I said, he was just kind of playing with it. And then the line just kind of went slack. And I reeled it up. I'm like, hey, is he on? Is he on? And then all of a sudden, whoa! That's a flathead for you. Let's go get another one. Well, we've been here about 10 minutes and we landed a 30-pound flathead and had about a 4 or 5 pound channel catfish on that we lost at the side of the boat. It's not too bad. I think we'll stick around for a little bit longer. I had a bunch of hits on this rod earlier and then it went dead silent. And so I might want to go and check this bait, make sure I still have a fish on it. And these two rods haven't done anything. So if they don't get a bite here in about 5 minutes, I'm going to reel them in, check them, and cast them out in slightly different spots. Yeah, there's no bait on this. I can feel right away. There you go, no bait. That's why you got to check your bait and watch your rod tips. You get bites, it turns into nothing, you know, wait a few minutes, then reel it in, check your bait. For a lot of years, I was using spinning reels and braided line to catch these big flatheads, and I enjoy using it, but it just breaks so easily. If you get in a snag, that braid just gets cut so easy. And those spinning reels I never could get a spinning reel to last more than 2 years under these conditions. Those big 30-pound flatheads would just destroy the gears. So I dropped like $1,600 and bought 8 of these Abu Garcia Catfish specials, hoping that I won't have to replace any more reels. So check back in a year and see if I'm still happy with it. We'll see. We'll see. I don't like using them as much as I did the Okumas, but I got tired of buying new Okumas every year or two. And you got a mosquito. Oh, 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 oh. Mosquito.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, fun fact that tonight is supposed to not only be a full moon, but a super moon. It's the brightest moon of 2020. It's supposed to be a pink moon too, apparently. So if a full moon is supposed to be bad news, then a super moon should be super bad. Oh yeah, you see a star, don't you?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. There we go. Are you warmer?
Yeah.
The mosquitoes can't get you either. Would you like me to tell you some stories?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you some stories. Oh, there's a bite right there. Catfish don't do that. That's a snapping turtle. I'm glad we didn't catch that. Well, not much has happened since this got some good hits, so we're gonna go ahead and check our bait. Look at this. Yeah, see this? How the bait's back in on itself? Yeah, that's why it didn't hook up. Things were getting quiet, so I checked my rods, and I'm glad I did. 2 of my rods had fish where the hook point was buried in the fish weird, so I couldn't catch a fish that way. And the others were missing bait. That's why you be constantly checking things. You can't just let your rods sit out there. You start losing a lot of bait, it can often be because as you got smaller fish, 5-6 pound fish instead of 30-pound fish. So I'm switching to some cut bait, and we're gonna see if that doesn't help. Plus, I'm just running out of live bait. I mean, well, my fishing buddy's fast asleep and taking a nap. I've got my rods rebaited. Let's see if we can't get something. All right, that's the rod we switched to cut bait on. That seems to be working. That is a nice channel catfish right there. Let's see how big he is. Oh my. Now what I've discovered is that if I can pick a channel catfish up this way, he's under 8 pounds, but this guy's just barely, so he's probably 7 pounds. Look at that. Big channel catfish. Now that is a big channel catfish. Look at that beauty. All right, let's put it back. Holy mackerel, that one took it like crazy. Oh, that is a screaming hit. Man, that hit like a blue catfish. It's fighting funny. He's on the surface already. Man, he's making big runs. This fish is fighting weird. Oh, get in there. Oh, that is a fat catfish. Oh, look at the back on this guy. Oh, I can't believe he hit that little tiny piece of shell. Oh. Well, there we go. Now I really wish I'd brought my scale with me today. The biggest blue catfish I've ever caught out of here is 42 pounds, and this guy is a contender for over that. He feels in the upper 40s, mid 40s. Oh, everything about me is slimy now. There we go, 30-pound flathead, about a 7-pound channel, a 45-pound blue catfish. All three of the catfish seem to have no problem feeding during a supermoon. Well, I've got to get Jacob to bed, so I'm going to reel up my rods and get heading home. But there you go, guys, a quick little 3-hour trip. Spring is a wonderful time to get out and catch big fish. I mean, there's just some monsters roaming around this time of year. And don't let the phases of the moon scare you too much. It might have something to do with something, but you can still catch really good fish even on a full moon. Don't forget to click subscribe. We put out new videos every Saturday morning. Thanks for watching, guys.